Yeah, we are here. Now I gotta turn it around. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. Oh, that's not so bad. I just sit here and hold it. Right? Oh, Lord. What a night. What a night. It's hot. I'm here. And we're sweating. Sweating. It's hot. It's very hot. And I got very humid, and I'm trying to find a fan that's working correctly. Wait, I'm trying to find a place. What can you see behind me? You see the bit? You see that? No. I'm trying to find a place to put this. Hold on. Right back. Okay. Let's see if we can. Oh, that's right. I can move this. Alright, that's pretty cool. How am I going to read the names? Oh, but I can't. I'm going to everything out. Hey, how's it going? Ah. It's hot as hell. Hold on. You guys weren't near those tornadoes the other day, were you? I bet. It's hard to get back in the swing of things after you've been home a while. I'm trying to fix the fan. Oh. I'm sweating. Hold on. I was listening to it was funny, a podcast. I forget the name of it. Son of a, oh, motherfucker. Hold on. It's Invasion of the Bugs again. Lord have mercy on my life. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. I hate Florida. Hold on. Bastards. Lysol. Usually stuns them long enough so you can smash them. We got everything. It's like the bug farm now. We had like 100 flies in here from the park. They had a bunch of horses there this week. Forget it. It was Invasion of the Flies. I'm trying to find a place for everything. I'm moving out of the way here. Okay. Sorry. Hey, Shannon. What's up? I know. We're having huge issues with our phones, and everybody's very angry around here. Nothing is going right. Everything's like going to a wacky voicemail. I have no idea. Wait, it's facing the wrong way. It's awful. And you might want to check your contact list, because along with the phone service, a whole bunch of contacts were missing out of my phone. Emails just vanished and disappeared, like hundreds of them. I have no idea what was going on. Besides the solar shit wiping out my batteries. It killed my little yellow guy. Jerks. Freaking sun. But what was funny was that it didn't bother the car battery. But then the car battery don't got Bluetooth and all kinds of stupid ass electronic stuff in it. Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad. All right, go get them or something. Then we had crickets. A couple of lizards came in. Yeah, it's been like a regular zoo. Thank you. Although it's almost time to do it again. Kind of a little growth. Oh God, I'm dying. What? What'd you see now? Dukelicious, is that it again? Hold on. There he is. Where are you? All right. Shh. Do you know who that is? You don't know who that is. And people are leaving. Oh, see what you made me do? It's very frustrating. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna start, little bastards. What we did was when we emptied the van, we figured that we didn't find anything anywhere. I went through all my boxes. There's nothing in the boxes. I was like, where the hell are they hiding? You know, this is BS. The ceiling tile fell down. They're in the molding. We chased them into the molding and into the roof and under the carpet. That's why everybody took the freaking carpets out of the van. But I had wiring all over the place. We didn't have time to put in a floor. Why isn't this staying the way I had it? So I realized that's the issue, because I saw one that I thought was coming through the window, and I think he was coming out of the seatbelt hole cut out in the back of the molding. So I started running around with masking tape, covering up all the little vents and holes and stuff where I cut out the seatbelts. I said, oh, forgot about that. That's why everybody took all that out. You do a regular, it's just too many places for them to hide. When we started ripping everything out, they scattered and they were gone. I was like, what the hell? They just all died? I caught them? No. The other thing is that I noticed with the animal poop, it's like ringing a dinner bell. Lord have mercy, they're not going after the food, they're going after his pee-pee pad. That's why in between Mouse and Duke, they were gone. It's not the food they're after, they're coming after the litter box and his poo-poo pads. So I stuck a piece of crap on a glue trap. It worked great. That sucker was full in the morning, I threw it out. I ordered like 50 from Amazon for $10. I said, I'm gonna get you now. Hey Teresa, what's happening? That's what I'm still doing, only I hid everything under the blanket on my bed. Those big fuzzy blankets are good for something, and giant pillows. You can't see shit, can you? All my groceries are back here. Oh Lord, it's hot. Oh God, I've got the thing. Oh, hey Roy, how's it going? No, looks better than is happening. Putting on a good face. But I was talking with a woman. I was listening to a podcast and I was watching the live stream on YouTube. I didn't know they did a live stream live on YouTube, this radio show. It's down here. So I see this woman who I see in watching somebody, another van life person on the live streams. I said, is that you? And she goes, oh my God, what's up? So we were sitting there listening to the radio show, but we were talking for like an hour and a half. It's a 3-hour show. So at the end I had to leave to go stop at the dollar store before it got busy. I said, listen, I said, if you're bored tonight, I said, stop by. I'm doing the live stream. She goes, all right, cool. She's like in another time zone, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember now where she said she was. I have to ask her if she shows up tonight. So I realized as I was saying goodbye to everybody in the chat, I look up and I see the chat box at the top. I forgot. I said, yeah, come over to the live stream. There's fucking, I don't know, 5,000 people in the chat. The whole state of Florida is talking. There's people from all over, and we're all talking, different cities kind of all around me, you know. I was like, ah, shit, what did I do? I can't be trusted with technology. For a minute, I from chatting back and forth and watching the live stream, it was like talking with you guys, and I forgot. I told like 10,000 people, come on over. I said, hopefully no one comes. I said, either one person or fucking 3,000 people are showing up. I'll find out by the amount of views. They might not come on the chat, but I'll see if anybody crazy showed up. I was like, what a nitwit. I'm an idiot. I can't be trusted with technology. Yeah, me too. I like the videos and stuff, but I was like, I started to make this, what the hell am I going to make videos about now? I said, Matthew's got more exciting shit. He's got a kid and stuff. Yeah, what the hell? It's me and the Dookie. Look how big he's got. Oh. Oh, he used to be this big. He used to be this big. And now he's a monster. I can hardly pick him up. I'd say he weighs about 8 pounds. 7, 8 pounds already. He's doing good. So, we had roast beef for dinner tonight. Good. Right? We had roast beefs. We had roast beef. Well, don't let shit go on the floor, dummy. I got the bugs. It's like the Grand Canyon down there. It's an obstacle course. I forgot what I'm getting tomorrow now. I have to wait till Wednesday for glue traps. And then we got, this one can bait them. And then the moth came and he was chasing flies for like 3 days now. But a moth came in and it freaked him out, scared the hell out of him. He was crying and hiding under blankets from a moth. I was like, he's afraid of butterflies, but he's chasing pit bulls out the window at a red light. No, that's not the tissues. No, I'll give you a piece, relax. He took off with the whole roll of paper towels the other day. He looks like a little pit bull in his chest, right? Easy, bro. Whenever I get on the camera, he starts biting my fingers. Hey, Carol, what's happening? Sweating. No, you can't have the whole roll. Dude, look at this. You're being bad, and you're live on TV being bad. You're live on TV being bad. Wouldn't you love to have that? No. No. I want it. I'm getting yelled at. I get the stink eye. It gives me the sideways eye. I tell you, I want it. I want it now. All right, shut up. Shh. You're going to wake everybody up in the gym in the parking lot. You're going to wake up everybody in the parking lot. Shut up. What? You can't have the roll. No. No. Hey. No. See what I put up with? Look at this shit. No. Hey. No. No. I don't have it. It's gone. He's all pissed. Where is it? Where did it go? He's smart, but sometimes not that smart. It's under my armpit. Will you get down? You know, listen, dude. Get the hell off. Okay, now I'm sitting on it. He'll never find it. No! Get out of there. Freaking bug canyon. So I threw out all the rugs today. And I'm just sticking with bath mats. I was going to put down a little foam floor. And when I started pulling stuff up, I'm like, no. I'm not giving them more places to freaking hide. I'm staying in the walls until I can figure something out. What? What do you want? What's everybody been doing? What'd you do over the weekend? We were sweating. Watching poor Texas get blown away by triple tornadoes. That was some crazy crap. I wasn't too happy when I woke up and I was in the middle of the parking lot. Did everybody know about that? We had little tornado warnings about a week ago, last weekend. The van started shaking side to side, I mean really pretty bad. Then all of a sudden, it lifted up a little bit and the freight train noise came and it ripped the roof off of the strip mall. And it ended up kind of all around me, about maybe 200 feet away from the car, thank God. So I told you, don't park right by the buildings. Then all of a sudden, after the car kind of was bouncing up and down like a low rider, Duke was freaking out. I'm holding on. We're kind of screaming a little bit. I got scared. Then it stopped. The wind stopped. Everything stopped. And all of a sudden, the wind and the noise went again, and it came at the car. And the van is rocking now back and forth, front to back, like the wind is pushing me backwards. With the car in park and the car turned off, I ended up 3 feet out of the parking space. I was in the middle of the street when I woke up in the morning. I was afraid to I didn't think it really moved the car. I thought it was just rocking me this way, like somebody had the front of the engine just shoving the car back and forth. Scared the shit out of me. Those tornadoes were going one way, like the hurricane that we had. Then all of a sudden it turned around and started going counterclockwise instead of clockwise. And that's what the tornadoes are doing. They're starting one way, then they go back up, catch with another one up that's up here that doesn't have enough to come down. It starts turning it the other direction. That's what we went through the other night. That's what happened in Texas. One huge tornado broke into 3 fingers like this, like the movies. A bunch of storm chaser guys got it live on video. I was freaking like, whoa. And that was right by Bunny Place here. A couple of miles away, the town was devastated. It was demolished. Just you saw it on the news. It's just crazy. I know. She was going over a list of things that you really need to have. And I don't know why I never thought of this. If you have a bicycle helmet or a motorcycle helmet, to put that on in case something falls from this, in case the ceiling comes down on your head. I sent her a thing she was talking about. They said to put on proper shoes, sneakers. Yes, sneakers or boots if you got them, like work boots. Especially after a hurricane, you got all kinds of crazy stuff on the ground. Hurricanes or tornadoes. Okay, starting now, you got crazy tropical storms. You put on sneakers. You have a pair of pants, jeans, and a long sleeve shirt over your tank top. All right, and keep a pair of shorts, like bike shorts, underneath, and put your jeans on over. Have your clothes already on, because you're not going to find them if the shit hits the fan, trust me. Hurricane Sandy was a big freaking wake up. Long sleeve shirt is for the mosquitoes at night, because the hurricanes, the tropical storms, and the tornadoes all hit at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So you're outside in the middle of the night with no electricity. Can't hide in the house, it's too hot. You have to sit outside if your house is left, if you can go back inside, you know. So when we first got here, Hurricane Andrew, after that hurricane, we had a weird series of strange tropical storms blow in that were giving us little tornadoes. That was the one I was telling you about when we were first here in 2016. Richard was freaking out because the house was lifting up in the air. The tornado came through our trailer park right between the backs of the houses, following the electrical lines and the water lines in the ground. Our house went up and down like a whole bunch of times, like somebody was trying to rip it out of the ground. We have our tie downs go down over 5,000 feet. My father paid to extra, double, to have it tied down twice as far, thank God. Uh, it couldn't take our house, and as the tornado was going, it dropped the house. We flopped down onto the bed. Cat went running, and we heard this ungodly noise of metal. It went from picking up my bedroom 15 feet to the next house and tore off and twisted his whole end of his house. Thank God he was in the living room and not in his bedroom. When his wife passed away, he stopped sleeping in the bed and started sleeping in the recliner in the living room. Had the two of them been in the bedroom, they'd be dead. Took out the whole bedroom and the screen room and just twisted it like you twisted a piece of paper, made it into a cone. I could thank God. Thank God. The house stayed grounded, but it just ripped his bedroom off and like a wet paper towel and wrung it. And he came out and said, "You sure this was a tornado?" I said, "You see how it looks like somebody twisted it like a baggy twister?" And he said, "Uh-huh." I said, "That's a tornado. Hurricanes don't twist stuff. They knock it over intact. It may break it in half, but it does not twist." Yeah. Always keep a flashlight with you. That's so if in the dark you can shine it. At least if you can't move and you got it wrapped around your hand, you can just press the button when you hear, an alarm or air horn is a good thing to keep, especially down here. We used to have a whole suitcase full of crap. My stepfather, the cop, my dad, the Marine, my mother, the whole family is, first responding, military. Forget it. We had a suitcase full of shit, including a crowbar. That's what I left off my list. I made Richard go out and get the crowbar. He said, "Well, they'll have crowbars." He said, if we need to get what? I said, "We need to get out." I said, "How are you going to get out of the house? What if then no one's coming and we need to get out because one of us is bleeding really bad? We don't have 9 hours to wait for someone to dig us out." You take a sledgehammer and a crowbar and a handsaw if you can. 2, people get stuck, and if they only had a crowbar, they could have got out and got help, or at least got their hand out and yelled or something. So we'll have to do a hurricane safety videos. I'll make up a list, I'll post it, because people have nothing. They don't grab their wallet, or most men have it in their pocket, but women never grab their purses. You have nothing. Always in our closet, packed in that suitcase, is a zippered bag with, our birth certificates and any important paperwork we keep in there. Because if the courthouse goes down, there goes all your copies of your wills, your stuff. I mean, now it's easier because it's on the computer, but sometimes you need paperwork, especially for the car, take out the registration and the car insurance papers and bring it in the house and put it in there during a hurricane. What are you doing? Oh, look at, he got it. Duke, what'd you do? Look at that face. Look at the face. Oh, now look at him. What did you do? What did you do? Look at that mess. Ay, ay, ay. Did you see that? Oh, you're lucky. You're cute. Yeah. Yeah. He puts a sad face on. "You didn't do it. I'm sorry. I have no choice. I'm a dog. I must chew everything in sight I see." He is. He's so proud of himself. Look, I faked her out. I faked her out. Oh, you're in trouble now, bro. You're in trouble now. Everybody can see you, bro. Look at the mess. What is this, New Year's Eve? Woo! Is New Year's Eve? Is it New Year's Eve? Is it New Year's Eve? It's not 4th of July yet. Oh, delicious. Go ahead. Might as well finish. Go ahead. Looks like New Year's Eve on my bed. What the hell? Ooh. And he's not happy. I clean it up. He gets another piece and throws it all over the bed. Ooh. Yeah, well, a couple of the parks, campgrounds up here got hammered. Up by St. Augustine, between here and Jacksonville. Bing, 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 you know, all over the place. Merritt Island is burning down. It went from me all the way up to Daytona already. In, what, 3-4 days? I woke up in the middle of the night. I couldn't breathe. I was choking. I was like, what the hell's going on? And I woke up. I had a headache. I felt like throwing up. I'm like, why is it so foggy in here? I thought it was fog. It wasn't. It was smoke. It was smoke. I had to jump up, shut the windows, turn on the air conditioner. It was madness. Oh, bastard. See? Right out of that fucking hole. I'm going to get you guys next week. Oh, they're just walking in and out. There's their front door. I figure I better stay up at night anyway after the last live stream. We had, Stacy missed it. Some guy walked up to the car while I was doing a live stream, trying to break in the window. He couldn't hear me. The lights were low and all the windows were up, and he was checking out why the windows were open. Right up. So I'm looking, it's pitch black. I got no lights on, okay, around outside. It was all dark. I was at the end of the parking lot. Oh no, it was fucked up. He's on the phone. He's got a red baseball hat on. He was very dark skinned, but I mean dark, like Jamaican dark, you know, where they're almost like the color black, you know, not brown. So he's standing right there. He was right here. I couldn't see him. And all of a sudden I saw this red thing. And I'm leaning into the window. I thought it was the red-headed woodpeckers trying to get in the window. I said, this freaking bird is out here at 11 o'clock at night? The hell's he doing? And I moved the curtain, and all of a sudden we're eye to eye on the other side of my thing. He's right here. I said, can I help you? Oh, sorry, my bad. Blah, blah, blah. He went running away. He was with another person on the other side of the bank, so I waited like 20 minutes, and then I moved the car. I went to go park somewhere else. Yeah. That's why it's better to stay under the lights. I know everybody wants to hide in the shadows from the cops. Not if you're a woman. Not if you... And there's no way he couldn't have heard me talking. I could hear people over there talking. It's bullshit. He knew I was in the car. Being a wise guy with a bunch of other people over there. They were having a fight at the Mac machine. Nobody had enough money. It was midnight. I'm like, dude, you guys ran out of drugs at midnight on a Saturday? Damn. Pace yourselves. Gluttons. You animals. No, he was looking for stuff. Like stick his hand in and steal something. Kind of like that's what they do. They just walk around to the cars. They don't break in. They look for open windows and just walk in and grab whatever they can out of the cars. They walk around the park all day. Cutest little kids you'd ever seen in your life. Oh, little Opie Taylors too. Nice. Look like little preppy kids. They're freaking thieves. They're robbing everybody in the park. Everybody finally went to the ranger. I said, dude, I was sitting right here. The guy tried to put his arm right in the window. I said, can I help you? And he's looking around. Still, like, he doesn't see me on the other side of the glass window. I was sitting in the driver's seat, and he's trying to get into the car with me right there. He was so busy looking around for the cops and the rangers in the park, he didn't even see me in the seat. It's like, you ass. But these are kids who got no parents. Oh yeah, a lot of rich kids are thieves. A lot of rich kids are thieves. I'm from Riviera Beach. You know, my stepdad's family and the Navy people all live down there, all the old retired captains. The rich kids are worse than the poor kids. I stopped hanging out with them. They got into way too much trouble. But they get kicks out of stealing shit, rich kids. But these kids are just, they're pickpockets. They're pickpockets. Like, they'll bump into you while you're walking, you know what I mean? Snatch your phone. They're not from here. They're not from the South. They're from the North. They're like New York City pickpocket kids. They just walk around bumping into people and stealing shit. Especially in the malls and stuff. Oh, it's been madness down here, especially. Just because there's so many people from all over. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. It's craziness. And everybody came down here to be homeless. There's no freaking out. I've been trying for a year to find an apartment. I can't. There's nothing. Nothing. They don't even have a list anymore. They tore it up and threw it away. I was watching the video of another woman. I forget her name. I find her by accident sometimes. And she's just newly in her car, maybe like 2 years. And there was a man sleeping like in the Walmart parking lot, and he was older than her, about 75. She's 65, he's about 75. His name was on a list for the HUD housing, wherever they are. 4-year wait list. He died. She found him dead. He was in the car 2 days, slumped over the steering wheel. No one noticed, including Walmart, for 2 days, that there was a dead guy like this on his friggin' steering wheel. He had 2 years. The cops found his paperwork was on the dashboard or some shit. And she said he still had 2 years to go for the apartment. I thought, well, at least they have a list. Florida threw the list out and shut the office doors. There's nothing. There is nothing. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was thinking I might write a letter. I never went to the sheriff yet, who helped me with Richard. And he's a really good guy. He helps a lot of people with stuff. So, I'm thinking of writing a letter. I lost he gave me his private phone number in case anything happened and I needed help to call him, you know. And I think what I'm going to do is sit down, write a letter, put my phone number in, put it in an envelope, and drop it off at the police station, because I'll go to the one that gave me the restraining order against the nurse in the park that was bothered, who got me kicked out. So I'm going to leave it there. Get out of my freaking bed. Stay on the floor where you freaking belong. So, yeah, I'll drop it off with them because they know me there. So I'll know they'll give it to him as soon as they see him. And then I was thinking of writing an email to Ron DeSantis' wife. She just went through breast cancer. What better photo op than to help a first responder from the World Trade Towers on re-election year, right? That'll look good come, 4th of July is coming, right? Yeah, baby. If anything, he'll use me and I'll use him right back to get an apartment. I'll let you put me on TV. Get me an apartment with the electric included. And that was the issue. I could afford, say, $250 for rent. But I can't afford the electric. It's $1,000 to get electric turned on in Florida. Richard had to put down the down payment when my dad died. I couldn't get the electric turned on in my name. I had no money. They wanted $500 or $600 down. Meanwhile, I'd never been late for 35 years with public service. I have excellent credit as far as utilities, cable, and electric are concerned, and the phone. They still wanted $600 deposit and the month up front from the previous owner, which was my grandmother and my dad. That bill was $225. Yeah, that was fun. Oh, my stomach hurts. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. And living with 38 army men in transitional housing is not a good idea. I'd be the only woman. So, nah. So that was their only choices. She's like, we have some shelters with some cots. I said, what am I gonna do with the dog? Number one. Number two, I ain't sleeping on a freaking cot with 500 other people in a gymnasium. I'm better off here. That's stupid. Yep. We have that all over New York and New Jersey, especially down the Jersey Shore where I grew up. That's all the kids who live there down the shore would pickpocket all the tourists in the summer. Oh, shit. Follow them out of the store, watch where they're shopping. Where'd that guy put his money? Now he's carrying his sodas and his hot dogs, but like $20 sticking out of his pocket. So he's walking down with his little tray of 20 Nathan's hot dogs. Boom, grab his money and run. Oh, please. The shelters are horrid. They're horrible. Here, let me see if I can. I'm afraid to fucking lay back. Okay, you don't. What is that now? Stop eating the white bean. What's wrong with you today? Hey! Why are you being so bad? Leave the white bees alone. Here, no, that's my bathing suit, stupid. He's tearing the whole car apart. Put the blanket back. Look at that shit. Look at my nice bed. Bad dog. Oh, I gotta lay back. Okay. Let me know if you see anybody crawling behind my head. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Where you going now, dummy? Yeah, go get the bugs. He's afraid of the freaking bugs. Oh, wait, I forgot. But, so, that's what's been going on over here. Bullshit. This looks green. It's blue. Change the lights. I found my remote. Oh, that's a little, screw that. Ugh. It's red, white, and blue. I don't like those white lights, are too bright. Oh, Lord. But our breeze is starting to die for the night. I keep losing my voice bad. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to tell you guys about some funny shit. I can't think now. I can't think. I think a bunch of YouTube-y people were in the park a couple of days ago. I saw some nice tricked out Mercedes Sprinters in there with some girl laying on her bed like this in her little shorty shorts and doing her thing. So I think she was a YouTuber. I don't know who it was. All those vans look the same. Oh, great. Just spread the joy around the room. We're at the park all day. He doesn't do nothing. He's a nighttime pooper. Yeah, I'll get it. Leave it. Duke, come here. Don't step in it, dummy. Oh, Lord have mercy. What did I do? Dude, you were only supposed to be here for like, I don't know, 3 months. You're still here. He's still here. So I figure if I can't find a place and it gets a little too shitty and too hot out here for him, I'm just gonna go to the fire station. Put on something nice, put on my hair, the makeup, the perfume. I said, please take my doggy. I don't think anybody will turn down Duke. He could be the mascot at the firehouse. He's an animal. We'll change his name to John Wayne. Okay, I'm gonna get it. I don't like smelling it either, but if you get out of the way, I can go get it. And what am I gonna get it with? This? Oh, I love you. No, don't fall. Everything's falling all over the freaking place. Oh. Wipies to the rescue. Oh, get off. Get over there. Freaking, I should have stole some of the bags from the park. I didn't think about it. I was afraid I'd get yelled at by the crazy ranger guy. I call him Ranger Karen now. He's an ass. Yeah, I tried it. It didn't work. And then I tried another thing. They don't work. Too much ice. I don't got the money. I'm fucking broke. I just made it month to month. My car insurance is $202 now because I'm on the last couple of months. AT&T is $178, and the storage unit went up from $65 to $75. Plus, I have to pay the post office box. That's due next month. That's $70 a pop, but I have to keep that because I need it once my license expires. The cops told me until I find a place to live, I can leave that address on my driver's license so it'll trace back to the last place I lived. So they said not to change it to the post office box. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. It matches the registration. Leave it just like that. This is the place you left with the car. I said yes. She goes, leave everything alone. You don't have to do that. It's okay. Don't worry about it. You got kicked out by FEMA because of the hurricane. So I don't have to worry about freaking out about having my car and the license like everybody else is. So she goes, if you want to change it to use UPS, it's acceptable. If not, we don't give a shit. I was like, just don't let the registration expire. I said, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, if you do your job, if you'd poop at the park, we wouldn't have to deal with this crap. Come here. Will you stop walking over there before you... Over here. This dog is nuts. You're losing your mind, bro. I should have said he's losing his shit. Come on. I want to get it. Get out of the way before they come up on my freaking toilet. And they're not in my toilet, which you would think they would be. They're only after animal poop. That's what I left out of the story about the bugs and the poop. Only the animal poop. They were always by Mouse's pee-pee box and his pee-pee pads, not in the toilet. Thank God. Get out of the way. Move it. I don't want them up there, bro. I don't want that shit up on my toilet. And I throw the garbage out every night, all day. I don't keep any garbage. I'm at the park. I go just take a ride around the corner and drop it off as soon as we're done with lunch. I keep nothing in here that's not in a can. No open anything. And if it is, it's in 2 Ziplocs inside the ice chest. Even the bread. I don't leave nothing out. That's what I'm so pissed off about. Hey, where you been, Dawn? How you been? Oh. We're sweating. How is it by you? We're getting all the weather reports from from around the country. Send me a picture of it, Stace. Because I've tried a bunch of them. I tried making my own. And everybody says to do the dry ice, but for some reason it's so humid over here, the dry ice only lasts a few hours. Doesn't even make it through the night. Morgan tried it a couple of times. She wasted like $30 on it. She goes, I'm going to try it. She goes, forget it, it doesn't work. And I went into Publix to talk to the lady, and I told her, look, I said, I ain't got a lot of money. She goes, the ice is better, it'll last longer. That stuff, forget about it. It's not worth the money. You're only going to get an extra 2 hours out of the dry ice that you would with the regular ice. And I keep it bundled up, the refrigerator. I put a bunch of really thick, heavy, nubby bath mats over it. It's out of the sun. Oh. Yeah, I thought about that. I don't know where to get the blocks of ice. Number one, sometimes they're in a machine. I can't pick it up. I can barely pick up the 10-pound bag now. I have, oh shit, I think you guys were here, but you might not have been. A couple of weeks ago, I got a bunch of other results and stuff, and the cancer from my breast and my lungs, and probably the kidneys, spread to my spine, all the way down to my tailbone, and I got a quarter size, about that big hole in my right hip from the cancer's eating my hip away. So I'm on shaky ground right now. Then a couple of days later, I was in exact pain, went back to the MRI and found out my liver is 3 times the size it should be. So they're telling me from the American Liver Association that from the 16 centimeters that my liver is, that's stage 4. I'm ending stage 3, entering stage 4 on liver cancer. And there's nothing they can do. Absolutely nothing. And any unnecessary medication at this time will kill my liver faster. The reason why my blood sugar's dropping down to like 5, my pancreas is not working correctly, and we're trying to figure out what the hell the problem was. It's my liver. My liver doesn't make sugar anymore, so my pancreas can't make insulin anymore. So I have to drink sugar water all day long just to keep from passing out. I said, and what, ending up in a freaking coma? So he clicked in 2 other I had 3 specialists from the American Liver Cancer Society on the phone for an hour and a half trying to come up with something. And that's it. Sugar, 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 sugar. I have to check my sugar every hour. And it falls. It's about like I'll eat a plate of spaghetti. That should shoot it up to 300 for at least 6 hours. 20 minutes after I eat, wham, I'm at 300. 15 minutes later, back down to 20. It's just crashing. So, yeah, I'm fucked. I said, so what does this mean? He said, you got to check your sugar every hour because your liver's dying. I'm sorry. And I was like, and we can't do nothing. No. No dialysis. He said, no dialysis. That's it. That was way too late a long time ago. I said, shit. I said, what about the glucagon pen? He said, no. I can't do that either. I can't do that either. Has to be regular raw sugar. The glucagon pen will actually shut my liver down and kill me probably instantly if I used it. So now I gotta go get a dog tag to let the EMT guys know not to use it. Or maybe I shouldn't, you know? Dude, you find me in that bad of shape, just let me go, bro. I don't have to worry about these guys. That's why that shit's on my window, so they know it's me, you know? And they know not to try. They ain't no room at the inn. There's no housing. They shut the list down. They shut down HUD. They shut down Section 8. There's not one available apartment. I would have to find a private landlord to take rent subsidy. But then I can't afford electric. The senior housing won't let me in till I'm 65. I said, lady, I got like, with this, we're looking at 9 to 12 months. I'm not shitting you. And then the other guy's like, she's checking it every hour on the hour. What, you know, that's day to day. Then they were arguing over themselves because one guy didn't want to upset me. I'm like, dude, I'm living in my fucking car. Don't screw with me. I need it right here between the eyes. You better tell me the freaking truth. If this is day to day now, you know, don't fuck around, you know. I need to know how friggin' serious this is. He said, your liver's no longer making sugar, so you can't make insulin. I was like, fuck. So, I don't know. I'm eating raw sugar out of the, right at sugar, half a cup of sugar in one of those big Arizona bottles full of water. And it doesn't last. A couple of hours. And that's it. I said, what good diet? He said, cupcakes, cotton candy. I'm trying to come up with so many different ways of eating sugar. No. Yeah, but to go where? Everybody's getting kicked out. I can't afford the campgrounds. I'd have to find BML land. And now with the tent cities up everywhere, get it? All the other YouTubers are going into the BML land. All the people who are here homeless with their all brand new tents and shit without saying it out loud, they're all living on BML land. Everybody's telling them where the fuck to go. So you can't even go live in the forest over here because it got taken over by our new neighbors from the south. It's ridiculous. They're destroyed. They are friggin' destroyed. I guarantee you that wildfire over there in the wilderness preserve was not started by no lightning strike. There was a lot of black burning over there. There's nothing but sand and dirt and grass that doesn't burn black. Plastic tarps, garbage. There was household items burning for like 100 freaking miles over there. Nah, I watched all the footage and looked at the smoke. I was like, Like, dude, I took 6-month class on figuring out what toxicities are in what color smoke. Screw you. I got a doctorate in that shit. Don't lie to me on the news, you liars. Did they? It's all over. It burned, if you look, from right across from a little south of us, from the Air Force Base. It's all the way up to Volusia County. It's entering Daytona. In like 4 days, it just went nuts. Now it jumped onto the populated side. Now it's about to burn down houses. I couldn't even watch. That happened to us when we first got here. Between the fire that burned down I-95 in, I think it was 2015 or 16, that was right around the corner from my house. We were evacuating when we first got here with my grandmother. Richie's like, I don't want to live here anymore. Fucking tornadoes and hurricanes and fires, what the hell? We almost left as soon as we got here. He couldn't take it. It's like everything hit him at once. But I wasn't happy with those fires. But yeah, it's about 1,200 feet from from the first house in a housing development with like 500 houses. After watching Bunny's video of, everybody go watch Bunny Plays Here last video, the one she just put up today. There's people left their they were doing a live stream during the tornado. I think they were hiding in a store or something thing I couldn't tell. I have to watch it again. The entire tornado came right through. All you hear is wind going by. Every once in a while they get a little light where the dust lightens up, and you can, it's unbelievable. These people are screaming, they're crying, they're holding on to shit for their dear life. Hysterical out. I had to stop it. I couldn't listen no more. I couldn't listen to it anymore. I couldn't watch it anymore after the other night. Yeah, it's a wild video. Please watch it. It'll scare the shit out of you. It might make you move. I swear to God. And I thought, you know what? I'm better off in the van. At least I can outrun the weather. I was an idiot. Since 7 years, we rode out hurricanes in that stupid thing. Dumb. Very dumb. But that was a hell of a video. Hell of a video. It's about halfway in. Roughly, all of a sudden, she says, here, watch this. And the screen goes black. And I was like, oh shit. This is somebody's live video of they survived. I don't know if they lived or died. Because I had to turn it off. So, that's a cliffhanger. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I can watch the end. And then I kind of fast forwarded to hear her list at the end. Somebody had sent me a bunch of 9/11 videos. They keep finding really good footage. And they finally found a picture of the cloud that took me over on New Jersey side. They're very hard to find because they took that off. They didn't want anybody to know New Jersey got hit by the cloud. It only hit a small section of sections of Jersey City, but it actually hit one of Richard's family. His cousin and her husband were 2 blocks away, around the corner from me. When the cloud blew in, it destroyed their car. They got a new car. I was like, damn, it went that far over? I was like, shit. I should have called the insurance and got a new car. That's what I should have did, but then I would have started with a new payment again. Hey, stop that. Stop yelling. But, yeah. So I think there were photos of the cloud I put up. I was like, damn, it's better than the one I found. And I could only find one. And I've been looking for 20 years for those pictures. They used to be on there. And then they took everything about New Jersey and 9/11 and just made it New York. They sent me a couple of videos about the boat rescue I never knew existed, which was pretty cool. The first 24 hours, it's up there too. It's called New Footage. New unseen footage of the 9/11 attacks. It's the first 24 hours of body cam from the cops and the firemen. I made it for the first 20 minutes. I watched a little bit last night, and I'll kind of watch the end. But if you watch that, that's what I was doing. They're showing all the triage tents, and then they got into a little bit about New Jersey. But there's one called Boat Lift on my playlist. I made it public. That's about my water rescue. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I wish he was protecting me from mosquitoes. He's afraid of them friggin' things. He's afraid of flies and shit. Any bugs with wings. He'll chase anything that crawls on the ground, but if it flies, it freaks him out. No, I wouldn't see me in there, no. I only have the one picture that Richard found. Well, because I was inside a tent, not outside, in the street, like. In the one picture I put up, I'm in a blue jumpsuit. And I know it has to be me because nobody there was that thin or that tall. I'm kind of unmistakable, even in a jumpsuit. No, I was inside the tents, cleaning people off, doing shit. I wasn't outside with the people running past me in the crowds. I was going to get hurt and knocked over, so I stayed inside. I was in charge of the triage and the washing of the people off. We were processing them, trying to get their names, their IDs. If they didn't have ID, what did they lose? You know, we had to get people home. Because we weren't allowed. Most of the footage has to be from cops. I don't even know who took those pictures on the waterfront. I didn't even know there was like news crews behind us under the overpass of the Lincoln Tunnel. They were way far away from us. But we had no cell phones that day. Remember? Nothing was working. No service. Plus, not allowed to do that at that level. Cops and firemen can take videos, but we're not allowed. Federal government, you can't run around taking selfies and videos unless you're told to. Hey, we weren't really worried about that with 3,000 people coming off the boats. So I was telling you guys about the grand total. The original total was 500,000, and I knew that was bullshit and it was wrong. I told you it was almost 1 million people. By the Coast Guard's list that they had was over 900,000 people. We personally processed 300,000 just through my Lincoln Tunnel, my tent. We had 300,000 people with commuters. We had to get out of there. Will you stop? Why are you being so bad? The minute I do this, I don't understand. Why? He's jealous of the phone. We're jealous of the phone. We're jealous of the phone. What? Oh. Now, why does it say I did it? Oh, maybe the channel. It always says that I deleted something and I'm not. It's the channel name. Oh, hey! What's wrong today? You didn't get your wipey bath. You should be sleeping, bro. All the lights are on. You're all riled up. Oh, stop. Stop. He's being an ass today. He's being an ass. There he is. Look at my bed. Look at my bed. Yeah, you're all proud. Look at that proud face. The proud face. You're a proud face. Right? Look at this. Stop that. You're a bad boy. You know that, right? I said, yes, I do. But I don't care because you still love me anyway. See, right away. Look at it. I stick my tongue out and he goes to bite me. Oh, yeah, he will. The minute I turn the red light, I make these red out like a light. I said, night, night, and I turn the lights on red. He lays down and passes out. Hey, don't be an ass. Because he didn't get to play fetch. I throw his toy up into the dashboard. He runs through the whole car, gets up there, and then he runs right back. Because he's got a straight shot now. There's nothing in the way. And we doubled the size of the bed. I took out the dresser. I knew you guys missed something. I took out the big long dresser, put it into the thing, and doubled the bed. Now I have a full-size bed. Right? Yeah, this is bigger than a twin. Like a double-size bed. She's trying to get her car. She was staying by her daughter. She has bad asthma. She ended up in the hospital for a couple of days. She came to see me at the park. She wasn't feeling well. She goes, I think it's the heat, but it's not that hot today, and the dogs are fine. So I asked her a couple of questions, and she's like, yeah, it feels like this, that, and the other thing. I said, you got to go to the emergency med. I said, oh, the emergency room, one or the other. You want me to come with you? She goes, no, I can get my daughter. She said if I wasn't feeling good and I wanted to go to the hospital, she'd meet me at the hospital, just leave the dogs in the car and run in, and she'll be right there. So it is very, very nice. It's the whole width of the car. I made the whole back of the car. My bad. That's it. That's all I need. And this side are all the tables. And my nice fan. So, yeah, I took all that crap out. I said, I might as well use a storage unit for something. I just have, like, 2 little bins back here with some clothes. And I'm sleeping on all those little storage cubes. So, all I can do is lift up the mattress and pull what I need out. And put the mattress back, the foam, back down. So, it's fairly easy. I only got to lift one side or the other, you know. So, it's working out pretty good. But now, and then after the tornado came past, I was like, shit, I should put the dresser back in. Maybe I'll get a couple of bags of cat litter. Load down the car. I gotta add the weight coming. I don't know what to do. Get out of there. Then I met a nice woman. She's from New York. Her friend was, oh God, what was she? Oh, she worked in one of the buildings, like 3, those little short buildings. She lived in one, like 3 little buildings away from the trade tower. She was there that day. They lived right there, a couple of blocks away. I met her here, and she's going through, to ask her pastor if they could find anybody to at least rent me a bedroom for the summer, at least, you know, just until September. I said July, August. I said June, July, and August. I'll be out in September. It's nice again. I don't care. Out. Sit down. Stop it. She couldn't find nobody. What are you doing? So that's why I thought, the hell with it. All right, Santa Claus up here and see what happens if I get desperate, or the sheriff. I'll try him first. He's closer. And see what he thinks. If he can't come up with something, then maybe he could add to my letter to the governor. You know what I mean? If I write a letter and he could write a little thing in there, and yeah, it'd be great. I was like, you know, $200 a month, that's $2,500 a year. That's someone's taxes on their house. I said, just tell them like that. If you know someone is having problems paying taxes on a 2-bedroom house, you know, $200 a month, they'll pay their taxes for the year, you know. She goes, oh, I didn't think of that. I said, try it that way. Hold on one second. We need disciplining. No. Okay. We're good. Well, I'm actually still active duty. I'm a sworn federal officer, a fed, not an agent, an officer, cop, who can't hold my phone. And because I work with the Marines, I had to take a federal oath to work for the government, and I signed up as a Marine. But those 2 things are actually for the rest of my life. Once you become a federal officer, first responding like I do, you don't retire. You don't retire. All my friends, they laughed. They kept retiring older people. I said, why are they still bothering this woman? She retired a year ago. Leave her alone. My mother started laughing. She goes, don't worry, you'll see. She goes, I told you, this is a job for life. I thought she meant it's a job for life. You know, political job. Don't worry. No, she actually literally meant it was a job for life. It never kind of explained that, but yeah. So I hold the honorary title of Marine officer. not civilian Marine, because I'm no longer a civilian. And my dad is a 2-star general. They gave him his 2nd star posthumously, Delta Force. My grandfather is Tinker Air Force Base. So I grew, yeah. Yes, I get it. I make $875 a month. I turned down the 1100 to be able to get 100% coverage where I don't lay out $1 for the doctors for nothing. Nothing, not my prescriptions, not nothing. And they give me, no, it's a government. I'm also, because I had to retire at 32, I had my 2nd heart attack. And the doctor that saved my life took him 5 hours to bring me back to life after that 2nd heart attack. That was it. I had to stop working, so I'm pulling a partial on my retirement, and I'm still active duty, so I'm still a cop till the day I die. Because I'm still active duty, I'm only getting the 800 and a small portion from my retirement, yeah. But I don't pay for nothing, which, sometimes with the Medicare, you have to pay 20%. Some of my medicines, $3,000 a month for a bottle that big. It got crazy for a while, and I'm like, absolutely not. I was going through 1 CAT scan a week. I'm not shitting you. 1 CAT scan a week. I had to go every 2 weeks for an MRI and once a month for a CAT scan because the tumors and the lesions were growing so fast they couldn't keep up. I grew 3 lesions that should have took 2 years in 8 weeks. 8 weeks. You got to go every 12 weeks. I was in so much pain, they brought me in early. They're like, holy shit, there's 3 more. And 2 more tumors. So I grew 3 cysts and 2 tumors in 8 weeks. That should have took 2 years. It's freaking nuts. It is nuts. So, but the good thing is that it's everything grows fast and spreads fast, and then it stops. So where you would normally have like stage 2 would be 2 years, I got 4 years out of stage 4. That's the funny thing, is that it's stopping. The spread went everywhere, but then it just stopped dead, and it never progressed, and then it takes a long time to keep going. So when I went a month ago for the scan on my hip to find out why I couldn't move my leg and I'm in agonizing pain, what is going on, and found out I got a little hole that big in my hip, I said, holy shit. She says, she sat me down after she started crying, the lady who did the MRI. I said, what's wrong? And she says, I need to sit you down to explain something. I said, there's like 5,000 of us here, like 4,900 or something. And she says, there were. In the last 25 days, you're number 22. I said, 22 what? She goes, 22 New York City firemen, first responders, and government workers like you. You're all living here. We're all within this, there were 4,700 of us living in my county. We're all seeing the same freaking doctors. Not shitting you. She said, you're all at the same stage. She goes, I'm going to ask one of the firemen if it would be all right next time I come in if she shows me his x-ray compared to mine, because she goes, one of them I just did 3 days ago, you two are identical. He must have been near you on the New Jersey side. I said, oh shit. So she also told me that 1,200 of us, of the 4,700, died in the last 12 months. We're down to 3,500. I said, where were the funerals? Where the hell was DeSantis? No one knew these people were here? And she goes, I don't think anyone knows you guys are here. She goes, you guys are all coming looking for help. You came down before they put the list out, the real one. The first list that we got 2 months after 9/11 only had 10 toxins listed. I have 138 out of 157. When I turned those freaking papers in, oh, that was it. Night, Stace. Okay. Yeah, I know. All right, go to bed. Good luck with your work, honey. No. That's it. I can only make so much a month, and that counts. So if somebody did a GoFundMe, it would stop my check and cut off my health insurance. Isn't that nice? That's nice. That's why if it were tunnel to towers, and I tried, but we can't go through biopsies. I can't be put to sleep. I woke up during my lung biopsy, and 14 days before I was supposed to have a double mastectomy, they gave me 3 shots of the anesthesia, which is actually a form of roofie. It only lasts for 15 minutes, though, this one. They give me 3 shots just to keep me out for 10 minutes. I kept waking up while I was drowning with water in my lungs, being operated on, with tubes down my throat. That was a thrill. So the lung surgeon wrote a letter to Tunnel to Towers explaining that I woke up. He could only keep me out for a total of 15 minutes, and he almost killed me with it. You know, that who knows what 3 roofies in 10 minutes. That's insane. Then the breast doctor called off the surgery. He said maybe if we used chloroform, that would keep you out. We can't knock you out through your bloodstream no more because your liver's dying, but maybe through the lungs that might work. I thought, I don't want to wake up with you cutting my boobs off in the middle of the, no thank you. He said, it's up to you. If, you know, I said, look, it ain't gonna save me, right? From the rest? No. Hell no. So Tunnel to Towers said everything was there. I had 50 x-rays, like 200 blood tests. Everything they gave me, we did 3 times what they asked for. Head of the lab out in California, the only one who can make my diagnosis with the blood, took her 45 days. Papers that thick, sent them in, perfect. You're good to go. Now we just need a biopsy of the kidneys. You couldn't take anything else. You wouldn't take the lung biopsy, but now you want that one? It had to be a kidney biopsy or no help. I said, so all of us who can no longer be put to sleep. So I asked her, she goes, no, you're all like that. Your liver is so toxic, and it screwed up our whole nervous system that now painkillers don't work, nothing. I was like, why? I'm popping 2 or 3 Vicodin. I weigh 80 pounds. I should be whacked out of my mind. Nothing. My husband said, give me one of those. He took one. He was out for 8 hours. He said, that's some heavy duty shit, mommy. He said, look at you, like nothing. I said, so we went back to the doctor and said, what is going on? He said, your liver is not processing. And then we found out I was having issues with my sugar, but it was too high. It went through the roof first, and then as the liver got worse, it put me into hypoglycemia instead of high diabetes. Being at 500, I went from 500 down to 20. And I was like, oh shit, this is not good. Nope. There's nothing set up for us. The PBA helps the cops. The firemen have their own, like, Police Benevolent Association, PBA, all right, for firemen. The other people who are in a spot like me are the paramedics. Paramedics don't have a union like cops and firemen do, protecting them for stuff like that and take care of them. They're out on their own, and they don't pay for nothing for them. It's getting better now, but they only pay them to have a rescue inhaler for asthma. They have lung cancer. They were standing with us covered in ash like the rest of us. And they get nothing. They get nothing. And being a federal employees. See how they treat everybody. I'm on the same level as like senators and congressmen. You know, it's ridiculous. Police are considered civilians next to us. You know what I mean? I'm in charge of when we're doing something. It's me, the cops, and then the town workers. The cops had to come and ask my mother for permission to do shit and shut down the roads. And she's like, stop coming and asking and just do it. He said, well, I gotta say, at least I was here. You know, and she's like, I feel like an idiot telling you what to do. It's stupid. When the shit hits the fan, somebody else is in charge of police, and that's the federal government. There's no help for no one. There ain't no help for no one. That's why there's only like 10 houses in that village that they're building. You kidding me? It's supposed to be 100 houses up there. There's only like 10 people living in that stupid village that's been like that for what, 11 years now? They haven't even finished it. So what they're doing is just paying off people's mortgages so they don't have to move. And then they're starting to work on homeless veterans now, which I am a veteran. I have veteran status. I have VA benefits. No, they're just like crappy mobile homes that they put on this free land that somebody gave up and donated to tunnel the towers in a wilderness preserve next to a huge ass swamp full of alligators, coyotes, mosquitoes. It's ridiculous. They're in the middle of like a state forest of unkept. It's a wilderness. It's a giant swampland for birds and stuff, aquatic life. And right next to it is like a small 100 acres square. So you're in the middle of swampland. Could you imagine what the hell that's going to be like in July? It's going to be mosquito haven over there. It's disgusting. When I looked on a map and saw where this village was, it's swampland. Of course, the guy donated it. You can't do nothing on it. You couldn't build houses and sell that. It's BS. And so is the guy's brother who started it. Sorry to say, I don't like that guy. I've never liked him since the beginning. I'm sorry. He may have done this in memory of his brother, but he's a goddamn publicity hound. And then turning around, let some freaky lady who was lying about the whole thing put everything in her name. Oh, where did all that money go? You don't think he didn't have her checked out and left her there for 5 years in charge? Yeah, okay. I don't like him at all. Not at all. I don't trust his motives behind doing it, and he's a shyster and a half. His brother was a good man. Two totally different. You ever meet two brothers? One's good, one's bad. The good one died. The jerk lived. Florida. I came back home. I spent half my life here and half my life in New Jersey. Parents of divorce. It's kind of a custom. Marines have quite a few ex-wives. No one can having them away for 2 to 3 years at a time. It's rough on a marriage. I felt sorry for my dad. But yeah, it's mad. My dad was a 2-star general, and he ended up living in his house in his truck after his wife died. It was madness. I didn't know. And then I found out, and my mother died, and then I got sick a few months later, ended up in the hospital for 3 months. While I was in the hospital, my father's kidneys gave out and he died. So I found out after I got out of the hospital that my dad died. It was kind of a rough time there for a while. But he had nothing either. My grandmother had to come down from Canada to come live with him. He was getting sick. He lived with cancer for 33 years from the Army, and 1 or 2 things that I have the same as him. So I was worried they were going to start pawning off Camp Lejeune, Paris Island, all this shit, because he was stationed there. Where I lived on Army base housing until I was about 7, almost 8 years old. So there's too many variables, especially, and any first responder, at least 60% of us have a family member who was in the military or a fireman, and that shit, all those toxic chemicals are passed down to your children. All that foam and fiery putting out shit, chemicals, that's all passed down through the genes. Their cancers are transferred just like army men. But it took a lot to help the cops. Nobody wanted to help the police in the beginning. And it was like they're standing next to the firemen and the rescue crews. What the hell? Just like the paramedics. They were in there pulling shit out. Well, no one told them to do that. What, it was only the fireman's job to start pulling stuff and looking for people? So it became a, were you sent in there? I was deployed with the Marine unit that's attached to New York City for 9 months. I was held hostage with the Marines. It was the most ridiculous thing. These guys are like 9 feet tall, the size of buildings. I'm down here like this, telling them where to go. I said, I really have to tell the Army Corps of Engineers where to take these supplies. I said, just do what you got to do. Tell them I said to do it if you get in trouble. Just tell everybody to call me or call my mother, one of us. I started handing out my phone number to all these the Marine guys. Like, you get into trouble doing something and they want to know who sent you, fucking tell them I sent you. No one's gonna yell at me or her. If they yell at me, I'm gonna send my mother. They're more afraid of her than me with her family. So yeah, I don't know. But they did the same thing to my father. Oh, you smoke cigarettes? Yeah, but you know. You're the assholes who handed them out napalm and Agent Orange and put it in their airplanes. You know? You did this to them with your stupid crap. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I met the chief of the sheriff down here. He's a good guy. And when my husband died, he gave me his card in case anything happened to me. With his cell phone number on. He said, you get into a jam, you get sick, anything happens, you need help, please call me. And he came back for a couple of days to make sure I was okay. Um, he let all the paramedics and the firemen know that my husband died and now I'm alone. So if the call goes out to my house, they all knew the address. So they've been very good to me down here, everybody. All the first responders, the police, the chief, everybody. The sheriffs have been wonderful. I met a couple of cops the other night, told me, don't worry, stay here, it's cool. I was like, you sure? He said, yeah, the place is open 24 hours. Doesn't say a thing that you can only stay here a little while. There's no sign, they have no limit. So, stay. I was like, okay, I will. Thank you very much. So it was good to know that what I'm doing, parking in front of a place that's 24 hours, like the gym, you got a membership, you're paying to be there, we can't kick you out. They can't throw you out. So I say, they told me, just stay here. I said, okay, thank you. No, that's why I was telling the girls I was going to write a letter to him, put it in it because he helped me with a restraining order against the lady who got me kicked out. And she actually called FEMA on me. So my own bosses, the people I actually work for, ended up kicking me out of my own house. The guy felt so freaking bad when he realized who and what I am. And we sat down talking, and he's like, oh my God, now I have to throw you out. I said, why? He said, because if I don't, it's going to look like nepotism. That I let you stay because you're a first responding FEMA person. You run shelters for a living. I can't let you stay. You know you have to leave. You got 2 years medical, you run triage, you know what that shit is in there. I said, what if I just sleep out in my car, in the driveway? I won't go back in the house. But they couldn't. They couldn't. And then the owner took off. We went to the owner's house. They moved. I don't even know when the guy moved. Nobody knows where he was, so I couldn't even hire someone to fix the house if I could have found someone who wasn't in Fort Myers. Everybody left us over here. All our handymen, those guys that made $1 million. So all these guys that were charged like $50 an hour, they all got government contracts. They never came back. So about 3,000 people in a 5-mile radius got thrown out of their houses, all within 3 weeks of me getting kicked out. They went trailer park to trailer park, up and down, from Daytona all the way down to about Sebastian was where the damage kind of was here. That was it. That was it. We had the most damage here from Hurricane Ian. That finished off what Nicole had done. So if Nicole messed her house up a little bit, Ian came past the other direction and just demolished it, and that was it. I couldn't save the house. It went so fast. I couldn't believe it. So I've been sleeping in the van for like 3 years. The van's 3 years old. I was sleeping in the van in my driveway because I figured I got nowhere to go. If another hurricane comes, I can't afford a motel room at $200 a night for what, 6 months before my house gets fixed. I said, the hell with that. I'm living in a mobile home, and I'm looking at the van, and I'm looking at the house, like, I'm just gonna turn it into a little trailer, a little hotel room on wheels. Then I found van life videos. A friend of mine was telling me, she goes, there's a whole bunch of people living in their vans on YouTube. I said, what are you talking about? That's for kids. She goes, no, you gotta watch YouTube. I said, isn't that kiddie crap? She goes, no, that's TikTok. So she showed me YouTube and the van life people, and that was it. I said, I'm hooked, okay. And I started watching videos, and I gutted out the minivan along with Matthew from Van Life Plus. He had just gotten his van. So while Matthew was doing his, I would watch his videos at night. Then during the day, I would take it outside, my iPad, sit in the van, and do what he did at night. And then I just kind of gutted my van while he was doing his. I didn't do all that other shit. I just left everything a car. But I learned how to do everything else from watching them do theirs, and Chrome and Emmy, Foresty Forest. I watched the Bruce Van Life Jr. crowd, just trying to get some tips. Is there anything I'm not thinking of? So I took all my hurricane supplies, solar panels, stuff like that. And I said, well, I have all this stuff. I just got to fix the car. All right. So that's what I did. Thank God I did. About 5 days after I finished the car, they made the announcement that Ian was coming right after Nicole. It was going to be back-to-back, left and a right. I said, and I look up, I was like, oh, thank God. And I ran around like a crazy person for 4 days getting everything I could find, because I said, this is going to be bad. This is going to be really bad. So I loaded up the car full of food and clothes, anything I could. So I had half in the house and half in the car. So all I had to do was run out to the car and leave if something went wrong. So thank God I found their videos. I couldn't believe it was actually 5 days before the hurricane hit, I finished. I was like, damn. Thank you, God. This was one of this was the only minivan the guy had in the lot when I went down to the used car place. And he's like, I just got it 2 days ago. I haven't even looked at it. I don't know what's wrong with it, but the engine's fine, but it's got some kooky things going on with locks and windows. I said, oh, sensor shit? And he's like, yeah, but you can replace those. I said, you know what? Screw it. I just need a good engine and a good shell. There's no rust. The engine is humming perfect. There's nothing wrong. Brand new transmission, brand new brakes. I have at least 4 years before I got an issue. So we're 3 years in. And Firestone, they treated me right. But yeah, there's nothing. I called social services. I said, what am I doing now that my liver is bad? Do you know that the American Liver Association, American Cancer Society, has no emergency housing for people with cancer who are terminally ill, stage 3 to 4, say, nothing, not Salvation Army. I went everywhere. I worked for all those agencies, HUD, Section 8, Housing Authority. I went to everybody. I knew exactly where to go. I called the mayor's office. I went to all the places I used to work for. I used to help people, senior citizens, fill out their application to get on the list for applied housing. It's like I do this shit for a living and I can't even get myself an apartment. It's disgusting, right? What happens was that when Puerto Rico got wiped out 5 years ago, we took, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of people. They're still living in the hotel my husband worked in. They're just living there now, paying their own rent. They got jobs and stuff, but the hotel is letting them live and pay rent in one particular building. There's 25 families still here. They never left. All those people who came here, only a third of the people went back to Puerto Rico. A good 70% stayed in Florida because they got the HUD housing. We put them up in emergency housing, took every empty apartment we have and gave it to them. We're done. We're done. All they had was transitional housing for transitioning veterans who are coming out of rehab or recovering alcoholics. And I don't think me living in a place with 38 recovering addicts, all men, is a good idea. Sharing a bathroom and a shower. They don't even have a toilet in the room. So you gotta walk from your bedroom at 4 in the morning when I'm sick to walk like, half a block down, the little compound in the dark by myself at 4 in the morning to go pee. Are they crazy? That's insane. It's like being in a campground and walking all the way up to the front. Are you nuts with what's going on around here? I ain't walking around at 4 in the morning all by myself just to go pee. So yeah, not good. Yeah, either that or a bedroom, like a roommate thing. But everybody wants like $400 or $500. Everything's so expensive. I couldn't afford to be no one's roommate. I could afford to pay your taxes for you on your house, but that's it. That's it. If I paid electric, I wouldn't have the car. I couldn't afford the phone. I couldn't do this. Big deal. Okay. I'm not monetized. I got a P.O. box. You want to send me shit? That's fine. But I'm not monetized. I ain't messing with my check. God forbid, with all these crazy tax laws. And they said I could. You have to make under this amount. But how? Say I could only afford 50 Patreon people. How do you cut off Patreon at 50? I don't think you can put a limit. I'd have to ask YouTube and say, yo, I can only make this much a month. So how do I cut off Patreon? And I thought, well, the P.O. box. Everybody else got the P.O. box. I need it from my mail. I have to have it. So I did that instead. That's all. Hell with it. I thought about it for a while. I was thinking about it this month. If I could do Patreon for a couple of months and get one of those EcoFlow air conditioners for the van and another battery to run it and some more solar panels, I thought about doing that. But it's hard to keep the monthly amount down. I mean, it's quite a bit, but, and I don't think I have that many subscribers. But I don't think you have to be a subscriber to be a Patreon. I don't know what to do. I'm just afraid to mess with it. I mean, look what's going on. Just forget it. Then I gotta have a tax guy, and, I don't pay taxes right now. My taxes are all withheld. They come out of your check, say, So I should be making, like, $1,100. I'm making $850, so I don't have to pay taxes. No, because I'm still active. See, that's where they catch you. What is that? The catch 22. All right, catch 22. It's right here. I'm still active duty police officer out on sick leave. That's it. They keep you active duty so you can't apply for unemployment. Yeah, I was kind of pissy as I started figuring this stuff out. I said, yeah, well, what about this? No, you can't. You're still active duty. You're still on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Anything goes down, we're coming to get you. I was like, good luck finding me in my van. And then I thought, yeah, all they got to do is bop my phone to find out my GPS. Come on, knock on my window. Come on, we need you. I was like, you really gonna come and get me if something hits the fan? He said, if it's that big, I don't need you to do anything. He said, but sit behind the desk on a phone, directing people. You don't have to stand. I'll get you a wheelchair. I was like, oh my God. And I thought, well, maybe it's a good thing, because if the shit hits the fan, I'll be behind enemy lines over there. I'd rather be inside than outside. So he said, that's just it. You know, you have to stay active duty. He said, you were so involved, we can't let you go. I felt my friend is the same way. She's pissed. She is pissed. Beyond pissed. She retired almost 6 years ago. She's in the office 2 to 3 days a week. They call her every single day, sending her email. She goes, I'm still working. The only difference is, I said, you're working from home. She goes, what is that shit? Let me go. How am I retired? I said, because you're only partially retired. You're retired as far as the paperwork is concerned, but otherwise you're not. Even if you give it, let me trust me, you couldn't get fired from this job. I don't care what the hell. You'd have to kill somebody to lose this job. I know. I have no idea what it would take to get fired. I have no idea. None at all. Ooh, freaking bug fest. God damn. Where'd you go? Ugh. Like now we're staying up all night till I get bug spray. And that's the other thing. Everybody's sitting here with all their doors wide open. I'm sitting in the park. I wasn't even, thinking. And you have to, because it's freaking hot. And just to air out the van, even the minivan. I don't know how those big vans, they have no sun coming in. All the windows are blocked out. It's like a little cocoon in there. You don't got no daylight. That's why they get mold in there. But just to air out the van, opening all the doors in the park, letting the dog run around like a nut. Flies, bees. I had wasps in here the other day. The bird almost flew, a blue jay almost flew right through the van, past my face on a live stream the other day in the park. I was like, okay, I gotta shut the door now. Birds are flying through the van that have both sides wide open. It's like a little hoopah tent. I open the back, I open all the windows in the front, and then I open these 2 side doors in the hatch, and it's like sitting just underneath a tent. The breeze coming through, it's really nice. But yeah, it's like once you start, you never leave. It's like the mob. Corleone, I said, just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. I couldn't believe when they just told me 6 years ago, I've been active duty all this time. I said, no wonder they were pissed. I was getting into arguments that I was leaving and coming here. It's like, you can't leave. I said, I can't afford the rent anymore. What do you want me to do? I'm going to go live in my dad's house. I'm going back home. You know where I am. You need me, let me know. I'll fly back. You come and get me. I'll jump. And the Marine unit that's attached to us for emergencies like that, national emergencies, is here in Miami. So all they gotta do is pick me up on the way there, and I could go with the Marines that I'm in charge of anyway when they come up. So I said, so what's the difference? And then they didn't say anything, and I just packed my car in the middle of the night and did the split. I left. I just left. I left a note. I turned my keys in, paid my rent, told them keep my deposit, left all my furniture in the apartment, and took off. I said, you're not going to help me? And the hell with you. And it was getting too hard to get help, and you got yelled at if you yelled, toxic chemicals. I said, you're yelling at me, trying to tell me what's wrong. I said, you're the morons who sent me for 15 months to go get a double hazmat degree. I spent 8 months, 9 months doing toxic chemicals to get a degree as a hazmat and toxic chemical specialist. And then I did 4.5 months on radiological and nuclear materials. Anything that could come in on a boat, because I was working as the freight cashier for the New York City seaport. I said, good, we'll use that. Why are you working down there? We want you to go take this class. So go get your diplomas and your degrees and come back. I said, okay. They paid my salary for another 14 months, and then I went back to the seaport again. And then I said, now you're going to tell me, after you just sent me to find out about toxic chemicals, that's not what's wrong? I was like, you nitwits, why did you send me? I'm a military officer, like you salute me kind of thing. Like a sergeant, staff sergeant, more like a staff sergeant, okay? Or a sergeant, all right? They say officer because there are, the Marine officers, but more like a staff sergeant or a captain kind of thing, But I have, as a federal officer, I carry a gun. I can detain you and I can arrest you. I have the same as a regular cop. Same as a regular cop, only we're above them in the food chain when they got to take orders when there's an emergency. Usually, when I go to work, it's like being drafted. I get deployed. My missions, I get deployed on a mission. And my mission with 9/11 was for 9 straight months. Until the Marines were gone, that was it. They didn't let me go. So I was under contract, and under my deployment and my service was 9/11. Then I was deployed again for 2.5 years for Hurricane Sandy. I volunteered the rest because I could no longer work. It said, well, you're going to be home. Can you just, hang out and continue till we're done? I said, yeah, if I'm going to be home, I'll continue to work from the house and the phone. And if they need help, I went where they needed. That's all. So we were involved for the 2.5 years until that pile was clean. And there wasn't no more stuff, and the mess was cleaned up. That was it. I don't go to the VA because there's so many veterans, and I got plenty of doctors. I don't need anybody else. I had all my specialists, and the VA wasn't, they couldn't do the diagnosis. So they were of no use to me. I had to use the lab in California. It was the only one. It was at Stanford. The head of the Stanford lab, she runs LabCorp. The head of LabCorp was in charge of doing those tests. I got to talk to her on the phone for like 2 hours. When she finished my results, she called me on a cut just to be polite. She didn't want to send this, and she needed to break the news to me that, yeah, I have 138 of the toxic chemicals out of the 157. When we finally got the list in 2017 from Mr. T, and once he put that out, I tell you, that dude saved our lives. No one understands what he did for us with that list. The original list from the Clintons only had 10 things on it, and it was stupid crap. like bleach, and it was idiotic shit, you know? It was like cleaning products that were in the building. All right, it was idiotic, that list. And I knew it was crap. So once we got the real list, then you had to go to specific places. I couldn't just get the diagnosis anywhere. I had to go to the Rare Cancer Center here in Florida. Most of the stuff was here. And then they shipped my blood work and my biopsies out to the woman in California. And they're real nice out there. And then they used Quest Laboratories in Arizona or Utah. I think it's Utah. They sent everything to her to back up what they did, and they came out 100% matching. So there could be no disputing those test results. She didn't want anybody to have a leg to stand on. The only leg to stand on was Tunnel to Towers with their biopsy. And we didn't get a lot out of the lungs because he had to stop. I was drowning. And they had to hang me upside down on the table and let all the water drain out of my lungs. My husband, they called him. They said, she's finished. You can come and pick her up now. They said, she'll probably be out for about a half an hour, so, drive slow. This way she'll be wide awake when you get here. He's like, okay. Thinking she's still out, knowing I'm having trouble with the painkillers. Like, wow, that shit really worked. He flew to the hospital because he knew they were lying. When he walked in and saw that they were hanging me upside down off a gurney with water pouring out of my lungs into a bucket on the floor in the recovery room, I thought he was Spanish. He was dark skinned. That man was whiter than Casper the Ghost. I thought he was going to pass out. He was pissed. He's like, we're not coming back to this hospital anymore. You got to find one that treats you guys right and actually listens to you. Oh, yeah, they offered me emergency housing. It's only for 6 months. And it's with recovering alcoholics and addicts. That's all they had. And currently there was no women, only men. And some of the people in there were people who took a plea deal and joined the army for 8 years instead of doing 10 years in jail. So it's not regular army guys in there. Those are people who really didn't want to join or got kicked out. So it's not like it's a nice group of Marines, you know what I mean? Or good Army guys, Navy, whatever. They're all in there, the Air Force guys. No, it's like, it's a really nasty place. The place has got to be like 50 years old. It looks like old rundown beachside motel, little bungalow thing. It has no toilet. There's no sink in the room. That's why I said I'm not walking down at 4 in the morning. You can't keep food in there, so if you want something to drink. I said, what am I going to do? Be walking around outside to go down half a block alone by the beach? That's crazy. That's crazy, because some vets just come and sleep outside because it's near a VFW post, and then they have a main building with the showers and the kitchen, and there's a community room, and no. You share everything, including the kitchen. I was like, nah. They have absolutely nothing. Okay, take care of yourself. Oh my God. I was going to say, yeah, the camping is $50 now because that's it. Summer's here. The camping that usually is $15 with no electricity, no nothing, it's $30, and the sites just went up to $50 now. It's nuts. That's it. Camping's over. It is over. They're also mobbed beyond belief. Completely mobbed. That's why they're getting over. Wait. Oh, my phone is falling. And I'm running out of spray. Damn it. Oh, God. I hate Florida. Well, New York wasn't any better. Ah, New Jersey. Freaking, I think the whole world's being invaded by roaches. And these things you could spray, yeah, I pouring bleach on them and they're still running away. I put bleach in a straight bleach in one of these. I got at the dollar store. They're indestructible. It's all the jet fuel. I swear to God, with all the rocket fuel and the jet fuel over here, we think Raid is going to kill any bugs around here. No bug spray works here in this area. I mean, absolutely on nothing. I started using this because it's alcohol. It makes them fizz, and then they kind of explode from what's ever in here. So, if you don't want to use stinky bug spray, but you got to use it on them and just like pour half the can on them, and all of a sudden they get fizzy and poof. And then I'll find a whole bunch of little dead ones in the morning. They may run away, but they're going to die. If you soak them and you see white foam on them, that's it, they're dead. They'll be dead in like 3 minutes. Either chase them or smash them. Oh my God, yeah, JayneWayne's survival tips. Yeah, like not leaving this on the ground, Dookie. Ugh. Oh, he's out. Speaking of, there he goes. He's out like a light. He always does that right before he goes to bed. He gets crazed. Crazy. Runs around, blah, 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 all over the place. Good night, everybody. Have a good night there, CC. But, yeah, no, hell no. You could charge $300 a week. Barbara was paying $900 to live in the bus. The big-ass mansion bus that had little chandeliers and stuff. Somebody bought a used one. They paid like 30 grand for it. These people were, they were getting a new one. And they were just getting rid of the old one. There was a bunch of problems with it. The toilet didn't work. The pipes were broken. They beat the crap out of this thing, these people. They probably had an accident in it. Or ran something over underneath camping. So they ended up getting this bus, and they just parked it in the driveway, so in case they had it for hurricanes and going on vacations and stuff. Then they started renting it out when everybody was getting kicked out. She met a bunch of people, but she was paying $900 a month to live in a bus. I was like, damn. I told her when the kids left, I said, would they... She goes, do you want to come and split the bus with me? I'll talk to the guy. And then she started having all kinds of crazy issues over there. So it was not a good scene. The guy was a creep. They're chasing after her granddaughter, all kinds of crazy shit. It was nuts. It was nuts. No, I didn't. I know I got to go back out there. Oh, there we go. But yeah, no, they put me on SSI. I also have a problem. When I was born, I received a live polio vaccine in 47, 56, 68, and twice in the 70s. Live vaccines of polio went out by accident too early. The germ didn't die. And they took it out of the wrong refrigerator and sent out the new ones instead of the old ones. There was a huge mix-ups. So they said, well, we're going to stick you back on here on SSI for that. And that'll get you this much, and we'll cover you whatever they don't cover. We'll give you VA benefits, so you're covered all the way around. I haven't had to use the VA benefits. And I hate having to take an appointment away from these guys, because some of them are waiting 7 months. The old man next to me, 6 months between appointments to check on blood test results. I was like, what good are they 6 months from now? He said, that's what I told the doctor, just call me with the results. I'll come in 6 months. So that's what they do. They call you on the phone with your test results, hang up, and then you go in 6 months pretending they told you the pet. It's idiotic. When I was going through this with him, trying to help him, I was like, are you kidding me? It was bad. It's real bad, and it's gotten worse. It was better a couple of years ago, but all of the doctors, the new ones that had come in with the previous guy, all got fired, and they hired back all the old guys who were running the VA into the ground. So all the jerky doctors came back, and all the good doctors got fired. There was such a thing over there. They were protesting. It was madness. It was madness. And I'm not going to no VA freaking nursing home. I'd rather die in my car, honey. Those places are awful. They got better, and everybody says they're awful. People are walking out of the VA to go back and be homeless because they don't want to live in those places anymore. I said, no, never mind. So I talked to a couple of generals and a sergeant, 2 captains. I mean, there's crap. And then you're just waiting on the list, and then you got to leave again. And I'm not sleeping on a cot in a gym. Forget it. And the only other place I saw, I wouldn't make it 5 minutes in that low-income housing. It was nasty. Made the ones in the movies look good, you know? No way. Absolutely no way. I'd be either robbed or raped by my neighbors within 24 hours. And I can't fight them off. I'm sick. I'm dying. You know, there's no honor amongst thieves anymore. That's it. Men, women, children, sick, old, nobody gives a shit. You know, nobody beat up a woman with a baby, you know? Nobody beats up old people. No, that's out of the question now. Now you can't trust anybody. So, that's that. Oh, yeah, but there's still, yeah, I'm under palliative care. So the bone doctor, because of the hole in my hip, is listing me as palliative care now. And she wrote some crazy ass drugs that I was high for 3 days on one pill. That's how I found out my liver was bad, and we had to throw them out. The doctor's like, don't take that anymore. They could have killed you. What's wrong with these people? And he said, maybe they did it on purpose. I said, I don't know. I said, shh, shh, you know, don't start shit with me. Don't get me in trouble, buddy. He says, oh, that's right. We can't even complain about that. That the woman wrote the prescription out and it was too much, and she knew I had liver and kidney cancer. And I have polycystic kidneys. That's Camp Lejeune, but the Camp Lejeune won't pay me because of 9/11. 9/11 don't want to take care of you because of Camp Lejeune. That's the catch-22. That's why I start paying Camp Lejeune people. It knocked off about 40% of the list of the World Trade Tower first responders had fathers and if you had a father, a parent, or a grandparent in in Paris Island and Camp Lejeune. I had both. Both my grandfathers were there, and my father. So, no, it's idiotic. It is so paperwork. That's why I quit. I couldn't take the absurdity of the paperwork and the loopholes and the crap. And yeah, we don't count with that. I would have had to have a gun in my hand and been standing in the desert. Doesn't count here. It wasn't an act of war. Lone wolf attack. Get it? We never declared war on the trade towers. Never. It was an act of terrorism by a lone wolf. So we never declared. Congress never legally declared war. So none of us get paid or taken care of. Ta-da! Yeah, surprise. That doesn't count. Not even as a that's my sacrifice. I joined up to be an idiot, you know, that I give my life for the better or the good, to defend my country, good and evil, foreign and domestic, and so be it. Just like the Army. And that's what they tell you when you get sick. They say, hey, you knew you were going to die and get cancer, like your grandpa, and you still signed up. That's it. Prior knowledge. It's all kinds of crazy shit. Sorry, but yeah, it ain't good. It is not good. That's strictly for the guys that were over there during the Gulf War. They had to. Us, they don't care. They don't care. He said, that's your sacrifice to your country. I said, that I gave my life the minute I went like this. He said, yes, you did. He said, that's why 9/11, he said, before we could send you down to the waterfront again, he said, I had to go upstairs to the 8th floor to see the one guy from the Marines was there, and then there was a guy from the CIA, the federal government guys were there. My mother had to come upstairs. We had to bring the lady from the office, and I had to bring one witness. I had to get re-sworn in one more time just for that deployment. Every time you go out on the deployment, you get re-sworn in again and do all your paperwork and fill out your will and all this shit. My mother, she goes, Mother took the stack of papers, said, just swear her in, let her go, and I'll fill out the paperwork. I said, thanks, Ma, and I was out the door. Yeah. 9 months later, I had my first heart attack because my arteries were so clogged full of crap. My second one I was 32. I was like, it was about a year or two apart. My friend who worked for DPW at the time, our first heart attacks were 2 weeks apart. Our second heart attack was 3 months apart. He died on his third. I'm holding off mine. So, it just, there's, what? There's no real way. Oh, this one is months to wait for an appointment. They told me to just walk in the door. Of course, they take me right away. You know, they put me above because I have a higher rank, you know. But than whom, you know, my mom and dad are, you know, just out of respect. I said, yeah, but what is that? I get to jump the line above these guys who's missing an arm and a leg, sitting in a freaking wheelchair. How does he even push himself? He can't. What's he doing? One arm, one leg. He's driving in a circle. And he's living out here on the street, and he has no place to go. He wheels himself to the VA, sits in the lobby of the hospital all day long, hanging out in the day room with the other guys. Then at night when they close, they push him outside, and he fucking sleeps outside in the street, across the street in the park, and in the morning he comes back. They can't get this guy an apartment. There's another one living in a scooter. He's like 80 years old. He just drives around in a scooter all freaking night long, sleeping in doorways. I was like, holy crap. That's when I realized this is not good. What the hell is DeSantis doing? They haven't, I've been here for 7 years. They have not built not one affordable housing or low income in this entire county in 7 years that I've been here. But they built 5,000 $500,000 houses down the block from my trailer park, across the street. Over here, there's 7 developments of $500,000 houses and $300,000 condos. Not one for anybody on any government assistance. Nothing. Nothing. Not one. If it weren't for the fact that they wanted to stay a Republican state, DeSantis would never be reelected again. But they're afraid to change, so they're going to vote him in again. This guy has done nothing but destroy the state. As much good as he has done, he invited half the country to come here so that there's no place for the people in Florida to live. We can't get a spot in the campground because there's so many people from everywhere else coming here because it's such a beautiful place to come and stay forever. There's not enough houses. There's nothing. He has screwed this up so bad for the people who live here. 5,000 people in my town are homeless and have nowhere to go. They're living in the campground in the county park. That's it. It's full up. They had to add more spaces and cut down trees to accommodate when they realized what was happening. They didn't understand in the park where all these people were coming from. And then one of the girls, I was talking with her, I said, because we all got kicked out. She goes, wait, kicked out of where? And I said, all the trailer parks. FEMA came and kicked everybody out in March. She goes, that's when it started. I said, 5,000 people got kicked out in 4 weeks. Kids, no kids. There's people in there with 6 kids. So they started giving priority to the homeless people from the trailer parks like me, who got kicked out the week after I did. They put them in the campground first. And the kids are registered in school, and they're using the address on the park to get mail and to register the keep the kids in school. That's insane. Where the hell is a building? But yet he built 1,500 condos across the street. Know what happened? It's been there for 2 years. It's empty. They only have like 30 people living in like 500 apartments over there. Reduced prices. Now they're half price. Well, why don't you start giving some out and start taking rent subsidy on your empty friggin' condos? Take half of those and give them to Section 8. Let the state pay the other half. Make them rentals. They won't do that either. That place will shut down. They'll go bankrupt, and all those people who bought into that place are gonna end up losing their apartments, just like the last development that went under. It's like there's like 5 families living in this huge little city like the Villages that's empty. Finally, they moved. Half of them are just, no one can afford it. I can't afford $300,000 for a condo. That's insane. The rents are like $5,500, $3,000. It's crazy. There is no affordable housing here. And there should be by the Army base. That's why I stayed here. It's cheaper here than anywhere else. An hour south of me, the gas is $1 more a gallon. It's $3.30 here. An hour south, it's $4.40, $4.45. Still. I was like, no. Even the Walmart is more expensive. All the other stores are like twice the price. Publix is insane down there. So I have to stay by the Army bases because they keep the prices low, because these people are living on $300 a month with 5 kids. Like we used to. My mother yelling at my father, Larry, I need more money. He said, I need more bullets. My vest broke. I'm sorry, honey. Tell my mom to send you some money. You know, everybody here is struggling just because they don't make any money. Everybody thinks these people in the Army, you make all this money. My father retired. My father was living on $325 a month. He was a general. They did nothing. Nothing. He took that all in benefits. Like he never withheld the taxes. He messed up big time, and that's the 60s and 70s. They screwed a lot of them over. I don't even know how he ended up with that little bit of money. And a lot of them did. Most of them in my trailer park weren't even making $400 a month, $450. The guy next door wasn't even making $500. I was like, damn. I said, you people can't. He said him and his wife had to put both their money together to be able to afford the trailer. Oh, come on, man. Go away. I put the glue trap over there. Go that way. So, yeah. So that's a sad-ass story. We were catching everybody up, and I'm probably running out of battery. I just looked at the timer almost. I didn't get this charged as much. I had to use the fan, and my little guy died. We had a funeral. I made a short. My little battery died. He finally went. It lasted 3.5 years of using it every single day. I was using it in the house trying to keep the electric down, you know? So the only thing I had running in my house was the refrigerator. And I was using all the solar, this battery bank inside my house to run one set of Christmas lights and charge my phone. I said, that's really all I need. I was watching my iPad and I had my, the big screen TV, but that only takes, it takes like 30 watts of those TV now. They don't even take a lot of electricity. But it was good. It served us well. I can't complain. $200 for 3.5 years of electricity ain't bad. So I'll figure something out next month. I figure for July I get one more big battery like my black one. I'm gonna wait till July, so hopefully they have a 4th of July sale, and I can get another set of these guys. The big, this big one down here. I'll get another one, but I'm getting a 500 watt one. Either 5 or 600 watts, one or the other. And that'll be good. This 300 watt one is working really well. So if I get the 600 watt one, I'll be able to plug in my frying pan. And by the way, I knew there was something I'd remember, and it was very important. I got to put a post up. Walmart no longer sells propane or butane. It's all gone. The little green cans are no more. They took that whole section out of the camping aisle in mine. That's it. It's gone. It's all gone. Oh, thank you. I'm trying. But yeah. But this big black battery is 300 watts and it runs this big fan. And right now it's running the cooler. And I can usually get through the night with this and that going. Oh, Speed Bay, maybe. Dollar Tree, we don't have that here. They don't sell it. They don't even sell lighter fluid in mine. But I couldn't believe I went into the big Walmart. I said, where is all that? Oh, we don't do that anymore. I said, what? She goes, well, we stopped selling the butane cans. Not even Tractor Supply sells them anymore. He said they were going to start limiting the big cans, the green cans for camping, and make the short, stubby ones. So he said, you might want to get a jet boil because we're going to discontinue the big green ones. And I'll tell you why. Why? 2 days ago, some guy had 4 green propane cans for the gas, the camping ones, right? He lit a cigarette and he blew his Escalade into pieces. He blew himself up. All 4 propane canisters, the little ones about that big, like this, the fat green ones, all 4 exploded. It threw him out the windshield and across the street. This guy was so screwed up. There's video all over YouTube about him. He was probably living in there. There's no other reason why he'd have 4 cans of that. I took mine, I shoved it, I wrapped it in a towel, and I shoved it all the way into the thing. But I don't like keeping it up on the roof because it's too hot here. I'm not going to stick it in a big black box on top of the roof and wait for it to blow up above my head. I don't know what to do. Yeah, they took it away at Harbor Freight. I don't know why they're doing that here. I really don't. I don't understand. They're just getting evil with all the people not paying rent. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they're abusing people who are camping. I was like, first of all, you're killing the state parks. I figured they want you to go back to charcoal and, you know, briquettes and stuff. I can't cook with charcoal here. If I have to, I can use the barbecues in the park, but that scared the hell out of me. I have another one of those cans wrapped up in a towel in one of the storage box, those storage boxes under the bed with 10 inches of foam and all kinds of, you know what I mean? Trying not to let that gas escape, because just the simple thing of using, you know, if you suck on a vape pen and there's fumes in the room, just heating up that, these batteries alone, the spark that goes on inside of here could set that off if enough gas. That's why I sleep with all my windows open. This guy had all his windows closed. Little tiny crack like that. That's why I put the, I don't know if you can see it, the gutter guard. I put this on the windows and then I close it into the window to keep the air flowing all night long. But yeah, they're cracking down around here. And it's killing off their camping shit. God. All right, go away. Ooh. Damn. You couldn't go poo-poos outside. Yeah, I woke you up. Sorry. Dog's all pissy. He said, leave me alone. I'm sleeping. I don't want to be on YouTube anymore. Leave me alone, Ma. Please. My poor dog doesn't get to sleep. I'm freaking paranoid over here. I'm running out of Lysol. Help me. Help me. Oh, God. Oh, wait, I got some of this. One of air freshener has to have alcohol. That's all I'm looking for is alcohol. Doesn't matter about the disinfectant. I just need the whatever propellant is. I have to look. We're gonna be smelling piney tonight. I'm looking for everything. And it's bright as hell in here. These things don't care. So why should they care? They're in the middle of Florida with a blazing sun. It never gets dark here. All right already. Damn. Mosquitoes and flies and crawling things. What the hell these other things are. I got bugs. I don't even know what the hell they are. I gotta start taking pictures and looking them up. And then I found out we got scorpions, 3 different kinds. We got clear ones, black ones, and brown ones. And I thought, great, now I gotta stop. Maybe I could put a net in the door. I'll make it keep the bugs out, but I gotta keep the doors open. That's my issue. I kept thinking about trying to save for that stupid air conditioner, but that requires a shitload of batteries. I don't know. Yeah, those dogs are back to new. They're fine now. They're fine now. Everybody's good. I haven't been seeing a lot of dogs in the park, and I've been staying over in one section, and I stayed for almost an entire month every day at the library except for Sunday. They're closed. So I was trying to stay over there. There's no animals. Only one lady with 1 German Shepherd. That was it. She's the only one who ever came near the grass or anything like that where I was parked under the trees. So, I don't know. Everybody was okay. Yeah. He's been doing fine. He put on a lot of weight. I still can't get over how big he was. He was only as big as the little duck in the window in the car. When he went to get up there, he stood, he kept bashed his head on the window. I'm like, what's the matter? You don't fit? And then he stood up, and I realized how big he got. I was like, damn, you're huge. He's going to be as big as his uncle. Like a full size, like the size of, he's going to be the size of a hot dog, a dachshund. He's like a dachshund-sized Chihuahua. They almost look like a hot dog, his uncle, but Duke's brother is like a Yorkie mix, so they're kind of long. He's got the Yorkie body with Chihuahua features, like this deer head thing. It's a cute like breed of them. He looks like a Labrador. He looks like a Labrador head on a Chihuahua body. Because he doesn't have the big bugging eyeballs, the bulgy ones. He doesn't have that. A little bit, but not crazy. Like his brother's got little Chinese squinty eyes. He even has different eyes than Duke. He looks like he's stoned all the time with his little squinty Chinese eyes, his brother. I was like, he looks high all the time. She goes, I know, right? I said, he's getting into somebody's stash. Where'd you get it? But, oh, damn. Well, yeah, everybody, I think the phase is past. We had a couple of good days of rain, but not enough. Enough to cancel fires for the entire summer. I was hoping that'd be enough to keep people away. Can't have your campfires. Try Montana. Right? Why don't you go to Montana and shut up? Maybe I can make it to Canada. It's got to be colder than here, right? I don't know. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to trust the car. I still got that crazy smell in the wipers. Nobody can figure out what the hell it is. I'm figuring eventually I'm probably going to need new wiper blade motors. Now, I was wondering if it's the sensor burning out. There's kooky issues with this car. But I don't know. Tomorrow's an oil change in the storage unit for a good bugging. What the hell is that thing? They look like it's got to be grasshoppers. Like crickets. I keep forgetting about the crickets. One of the girls, I forget where she is, she's in Vegas. She went to go into the gym to take a shower and there were like crickets on the floor. That's probably what it is. Besides the other shitheads. But I don't know. Maybe I'll put Duke back in get a cat box for in here instead of these pee-pee pads. I don't know what to do. This shit's gotta stop. Can't take it. It is just becoming bugsies and like we got love bugs. I had hundreds, a whole like barrage of, I don't know if you've ever been down here. It looks like, those swarms of little birds that fly in a ball all over and then the fish do it in the ocean. They got that ball of fish. That's what these love bugs look like. Thousands of them in a little pile. The whole car was full the other day with these little ladybugs and love bugs. It was freaking them out. They kept landing on them, all stuck together, flying like freaking things. I was like, just don't land on the hood. The hood of the car is so hot that when they land on the car, just from you parked, they stick and they fry like a frying pan right to the top of the car. I was out there the other day scraping the stupid little things off, and they're almost impossible to get off. If you don't do it as soon as you see it, you cannot leave them overnight. If you do, you're probably going to get stuck forever with them on your car. But I think I'm going to grab some fly strips tomorrow. Stick them under the seats and hang a couple up. I keep seeing these little mosquito go by, and I think one got him last night because my head has been itching for 2 days in the same spot. Oh my god. I don't know what time it is. Oh shit. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, this is gonna be going in a minute. Did I just knock off? Wait, what the hell was that? I don't know. This phone is wacky. It's wacky, wacky. And this stuff gets a little crazy, too. Oh. Oh, you can't see my finger. I keep forgetting that you can see what I'm doing down here. The chat keeps fading in and fading out. They were supposed to be launching something, but I think they scrubbed it till, I think, Wednesday. Oh. Yes, definitely mosquitoes. Ugh. Florida sucks. I just heard the door close. Oh, God. I gotta close my windows. I'm gonna die. That's what I said. I think I gotta switch up my nights now and go back to staying up during the day. I mean, sleeping during the day over at the park and staying awake all night. We're getting very crowded down here. Ow. Oh, I'm sorry. Move over. You then stay in the corner and I won't lean on your tail. Get out of the way. I can't put my feet on the floor. Get out of the way. Fucking cricket. I just don't want those. What are those guys? Oh. Yeah, that's a cricket. But he's not making any noise. I scared him. What are those big giant ones that are coming? Cicadas. The ones that scream in the trees all summer long and let you know it's hot. Those are on their way soon. As long as I don't get them, I hate those things. They're like giant flies. I don't know what they are. They're just creepy looking. Look. Yuck. They're freaky looking and they fly in all the... We had a couple in the house once. I hated them. Richard was always chasing them around the motel rooms because people on the first floor would leave the doors propped open and they come walking in. He's like, these idiots leave the doors open and stupid bugs go in. I gotta spend all night trying to chase it around under the bed. Get off. All right, this guy's about to go down and I want to make sure I keep some charge for the night. You know what I mean? I don't want to be without my phone in here. Because everything is closed down now. The last place just shut. Chinese food just went out of business today. I mean, shut for the day. I keep hearing freaky noises outside. What the hell is that? I don't know. Oh, the rabbits, maybe. All right, Shannon, thank you. I'm just making sure. Nobody's there. Yeah, it's the rabbits running through the parking lot. It drives you nuts in the morning. Between the rabbits and those giant stork, the cranes, the 4-foot tall birds come walking through. Okay, I will see you guys in a few days. I'll make some goofy videos. How about some 30-second shorts? I'll try to come up with something funny. I'll think of something and make some van life commercials or something. Have a good night, everybody. I love you guys. Stay warm, stay safe. Be careful of the weather. Crazy summer's here. And be careful on the roads. Nobody's thinking we're gonna million accidents. A million accidents. 2 idiots over here went for a ride, driving around, doing like 70 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour down this road. They decide to turn off their headlights, do something scary in the dark. Well, they hit a hole in the road, which caused the car to like stop, or something happened with the tire. The 2 guys got thrown through the window. They were like racing with another people or just screwing around, being Dukes of Hazzard, doing 100 miles an hour in the dark without the headlights on. They're both dead. The car came to a complete stop, hit something, hit a hole in the road, which made the car turn. They slid, hit something, flipped the car over. When they landed, it came to a complete stop, threw them both through the front windshield and killed them both instantly. Dopes. I'll see you guys later. Don't drive without your headlights on. And be careful of the bugs. I'll see you guys in a couple of days. I love you guys. Okay, I didn't screw up too bad because I'll see how many people viewed it. Maybe everybody was kind. And they realized I was a moron when I invited Cat Lady to come on the thing. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. I'll see you in the movies. Okay, yeah. Bye.